Hi, how you doing there, folks? I'm making this comment here about this article, GM's Bitter Reality, U.S. Manufacturing is History. This was in today's New York Post. It's an editorial. It's in Tuesday, June 2nd, 2009, page 23. Okay, what it says here, basically, and this is on, it's U.S. Manufacturing is History. Well, folks, every time you buy something, look at where it's made. Made in China. Or 90% of everything's made in China, or made in Taiwan, or made in this Asian country, that country, this country. But how often do you buy something and it's just made in the United States? Hardly ever. Then you have the Pfizer plant that was over in Williamsburg. That plant employed 3,000 people. It was closed about 2 years ago. Why was it closed? Because these products are going to be made in China now. A lot of plants in Ohio have been closed because manufacturing's done in China. Plus, a lot of manufacturing that was done in New York, the plants are closed because everything's made in China. Okay, now I got the solution to this, and this could be part of the change that Barack Obama was talking about. In order to get a lot of manufacturing back here again, and get plants reopened back here again, you put tariffs back on some goods. This is the formula that I think would work the best. Goods that retail for $40 or less, keep them being made in China. You don't put tariffs on them. The Chinese could actually make them better. Okay, goods that retail for over $40, you put high tariffs on them. Get these goods made here again. And you're talking about air conditioners, refrigerators, expensive shoes, a whole bunch of goods, folks. And what will happen is you get thousands of jobs back here, and you get good jobs back here again. The jobs that people need that are not college educated, that need to be making good livings. You want to know why all the bank failures, why people couldn't pay their mortgages? People lost their jobs, folks, because the plants closed, because everything's being made in China, folks. Alright, now I'm talking about General Motors over here. Now, as you know, General Motors went bankrupt, okay, and $50 billion we're pumping in order to reorganize and get that company profitable again. Now, you don't have to worry about manufacturing being done in China, because the condition with the government bailing them out, the jobs have to stay here. Alright, so at least we get past that. But what I want to talk about over here is Barack Obama is actually making it illegal for them to continue making the vehicles that were the most profitable. I'm talking about the SUVs, big cars. Because he's putting on these insane mileage requirements that they gotta may have 30 miles per hour per gallon. And according to what I read in the paper over here, the fuel-efficient cars that GM was making, those were the ones that lost money. The simple solution, folks, I think, over here is continue on making the vehicles that are profitable, but only at the limits of where they're selling. Instead of producing these huge, massive, hundreds of thousands of vehicles, make the amount that's going to sell, folks. And then when you do that, then you got the company running good, folks. Now, what might have to happen is there might have to be some seasoned layoffs, but hey, construction workers go through that anyway. You know how that is, folks. During the winter, they go on unemployment till the construction season starts again in the spring, summer, fall. All right. Plus, you want to know the truth why GM actually went bankrupt, why this is all happening? If you have noticed, since the mid-'80s and upwards, a lot of the cars that GM, General Motors, Chrysler makes, they're all fuel injected, and that's a system really that a lot of people really don't like. It's too high tech. You got the computers, the onboard computers, always something going wrong. And if you notice, a lot of the cars that have been made from 1985 on just are plain boring, folks. You know, they don't got the charisma anymore. If you look at the cars, look at the cars that were made during the 70s, the 60s, those were great vehicles that were made, folks. The ones made now, they all look the same. They don't got the you know, and it just happens that some of the foreign models actually are the best looking ones. Now, as far as the ones that actually are the best looking ones, the best ones are the ones that Barack Obama is criticizing, and they shouldn't be. And that's the big SUVs, you know, Chevrolet Impala, which a lot of cities, which a lot of them are used as taxis, you know, police cars. Those are actually the best ones. They gotta get, like, I got a perfect solution for General Motors if they want to build cars that are profitable. This is the simple solution, and we keep the number down to a number that will sell. Every year, they should bring back some of the models that were made during the 50s, 60s, and 70s and build them exactly the same way. And then by doing that, you're making parts for those models of vehicles that are still running from back then. And they would have like special markings so you know they're made in 2009. You know, I think that would be a great solution. You know, like build like 10,000 from a model that was made during the 50s, 60s, and 70s. It would be a hot seller, folks. And I'm telling you, that would be a big money maker. You're talking about a gold mine there and a great idea.